How's it going, guys? This is Razor Wrath bringing you part 15 of Vampyr. We left off on the eye was in the tomb, reached the Stonebridge Cemetery, but we got a few people in the hospital to talk to, so
Good evening,
let's
sir.
wrap that up real quick.
Can I help you?
I'm here to fix my face. No. I don't think you can help me.
I'm Dr. Reed. I've recently taken the position of head surgeon here. War injuries, am I right?
You guessed right, Doctor. German shell took my pretty right off. You still call me Thomas Elwood.
How is your stay with us, Mr. Elwood?
Oh, it's bliss. I just escaped death in the trenches to be surrounded again by the moans of the dying.
Can I ask you precisely why patient here?
It's the... don't work. It just hurts under the scars, if you get my drift.
Can I do anything for your pain?
Nurse gave me a bunch of pills. No effect. Told you. Its lambs are under my skin, burning away.
Who is treating you? Is someone in particular after your case?
Nobody since the old and doctor spoke to me. I did think I was forgotten about. Wouldn't blame you.
You don't seem worried by that.
My face so much more when I smile or cry. I've learned it's easier not to speak, but be assured I'm smiling inside.
How close are you to Miss Horcroft? Are you aware that she thinks she is a vampire?
To wait for her next nibble is the best reason to stay. Every time she approaches my bed, she treats something tasty. A normal person.
Aren't you afraid? She may hurt you if the game goes too far.
She's quite harmless, I can assure you. Her head's broken inside all, while I'm busted on the outside. But she's still beautiful. Living proof that there's hope for me.
So do you let her bite you? You know that's not sanitary.
And why not? She's only supping a few drops of my blood. And the pain, it's real for once.
She could decide to bite less willing patients.
Then it's another good reason for me to stay, Doctor.
You do realize she's mentally disturbed. It's called the Cotard syndrome. She truly believes she's a vampire.
In her madness, she never refers to my scars. And frankly, if I could, in our world, it seems much more fun than the real one.
Where were you stationed, sir? Did you serve for long?
I really don't want to talk about all this shit.
No offense. I was pushing too much. I served in France myself. I just wanted to know what happened to you.
You were an officer, weren't you? Then I doubt we fought the same war, sir. No offense.
This guy's so depressing. And he's a level 1. It's so sad. 650 XP with only 1 hint unlocked for XP.
Good for now, Mr. Elwood.
Disgust on every
That's like the only dude I actually feel like
routine.
to end his pain, like I'd be doing him a big favor. Harriet Jones doesn't have a XP? She's not a patient you can feast upon. Okay, that's cool. Milton is good to go. Pippa would get super pissed, I think. Headache. Fatigue. He's back at the docks.
Someone's poached my blanket.
So I gotta somehow get over to the docks. Who else is here? These two are unknown.
Good evening, Doctor. I believe we're going to be working together.
Dr. Reed. Dr. Swansea informed us of your arrival, but I could not dare to believe we'd have such good tune. Such an honor, sir.
Thank you. And you are?
I am Thoreau Strickland, Dr. Thoreau Strickland. I'm a great admirer of your work, Dr. Reed.
Please, could you tell me something about yourself?
I'm a great admirer of your work concerning blood transfusion, Dr. Reed. I run my own experiments. I'm convinced it's the future.
2,000 at a level 4 mesmer.
What made you choose to be a doctor?
I'm not ashamed to admit you and your work have inspired me. I am honored to have the opportunity to work by your side.
It's always a pleasure to share scientific and medical knowledge with someone eager to learn. I'll be glad to help you if I can.
This epidemic may be the century's most terrible disaster, but I'm convinced that we, as doctors, are the only ones able to defeat it.
I based my technique on my mentor's research. He helped me perfect my method. What is yours?
Talk about it. For now, it's just theories and first approach. My process is purely experimental and unsuccessful.
As long as you're cautious and methodical, you may remain empty-handed, but you won't fail.
You're not the first one to warn me. Convinced knowledge is the main weapon against the ravages of this epidemic.
One hit at 2,500 XP. Nice.
What can you tell me about the Pembroke?
Well, it has always been an honor to work with Dr. Swansea. But with your arrival, I can't think of a better opportunity to learn about blood transfusion.
You seem quite optimistic. It's a rare and precious attitude in these difficult times.
I'm convinced that this epidemic is a test of endurance and dedication for us men of science.
Questions remain about our capacity to resolve the situation.
True, true. Last summer, during the first wave of the epidemic, I used to joke with Milton about the extra work. We're not smiling now.
Do you need help with anything in particular?
Well, yes, maybe. I'm waiting for a batch of products I ordered for my personal research, yet my supplier seems to have vanished.
Do you want me to play the errand boy for you?
Oh, no. But if you went personally to his shop, what with your reputation and all, he wouldn't dare to refuse the products I need.
I see. Well, give me the address, for I may pass by if I have time. What do you think of Dr. Ackroyd's aversion to modern medical methods?
It's a shame he's so narrow-minded. Dr. Swansea me that science is about exploring uncharted territory. I'm convinced that's true.
With the influenza and all that's going on, you should put your differences aside, don't you think? Why is it so difficult to work together?
I believe that if Dr. Ackroyd had wanted to discover the transfusion process, he would be the first to recommend its use.
So you believe it's just a question of jealousy and pride?
Dr. Ackroyd is as proud as he is blinded by his obsolete concept of medical science.
Tell me more about your willingness to experiment with new medical techniques.
Harvey Fiddick is a patient suffering from a severe injury that could cripple him if not treated correctly. I'm convinced your blood transfusion technique could help him.
What is it you really want? To save him, or to prove your point?
Fair question. I want nothing but to save my patient, Dr. Reed. Especially since I know Mr. Fiddick's story.
This personal involvement could also appear to be a lack of impartiality. You must know that a good surgeon must remain neutral.
I agree. But that does not excuse Dr. Ackroyd's behavior. A man who did not even take time to converse with his pet.
Do you think keeping his distance was a mistake?
All I know is that I'm taking care of human beings with desires, hopes, and fears. Not some biological machine comprised of blood, bones, and flesh.
Tell me, Mr. Fiddick.
Our first diagnosis was compromised because Mr. Fiddick lied to us about the real origin of his injury. He first claimed it was an accident.
But why would he hide such crucial information from us?
Because he is a proud father, ashamed of putting his children at risk because of his own negligence.
Harvey Fiddick.
Goodbye, Dr. Strickland.
30 XP. Harvey Fiddick.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. May I help you?
I don't know if a third opinion is needed. Your colleagues are already arguing about my condition.
Would you mind telling me more about your situation?
I'm Harvey Fiddick. All I want is to get me bloody arm fixed properly.
Okay, I can mesmerize you.
Tell me about yourself, Mr. Fiddick.
I'm just a regular guy waiting to get his arm fixed, so I can return to work and to my family.
I was more curious about what you were doing before being hospitalized.
I'm a carpenter, and a good one too. But that means I need both arms to feed my family, Dr. Reed.
Tell me about the doctors who are arguing about your case.
Strickland and Aykroyd. They both want the best for me, but there's a lot of pride there. Doctors are no different from carpenters, it seems. I often had professional arguments with rivals on a building site. Difference is I disagreed about wooden nails, not flesh and bones.
Are you satisfied with your treatment here?
Well, it's clear that I've chosen a bad time to be injured. Forgive my bluntness, but you seem overwhelmed by cases of the flu.
I won't lie to you about it. I'm afraid we are.
Are you sure you don't want to operate yourself, Dr. Reed? I have the feeling you're very capable, and your colleagues seem to think so too.
In other circumstances, you would be right. But for now, I don't think I can take on the responsibility. My apologies.
650 XP and he's healthy.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Fiddick. See you later.
Sweet girl.
I found everybody in Pembroke. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6 people missing in Whitechapel, and it's serious. All these people were coming though, except he's got a migraine. So those 4 people can keep Whitechapel going without her, but she's like the heart and soul. So I took her out, so it's gonna suffer quite a bit, I guess. Is he the barkeep? Cause he's fine.
Treats me like a book.
So we're good all here.
I never thought I would have to attend my murdered sister's funeral. Mary, I can't forgive myself. I'll find the truth about what happened to us. I swear. Good evening, Milton.
Good evening, Doctor. Still trying to save lives?
I'd like to see your goods.
Wise choice, Dr. Reed. A reliable gun is what everybody needs these days.
Common handle part. He has another part that I can buy, so I think you can only buy one a day. One of these parts a day, so that's nice. So let's see what I need. Let's do some weapon upgrades. I'm sure we're able to get some shit done. I really want to level, but I don't want to sleep and everybody gets sicker. It's gonna suck. Well, I've already taken out like 3 people. There's no going back. Freaking killing people for XP, so can't be the good guy no more. treatment for fatigue. I'm gonna go try to deliver it to that one dude. What do you do? Clay's weapon, stun, blood points. Blood points. You're just all over the place, aren't you? Common handle part, I need 6. Sweet, we found our upgrade to our stake. We have enough to upgrade it again. We'll hold off from for now, because it's going to take all our common handle parts. We're going to go buy it from Milton. That'll give us one more big common part.
Good evening, Milton.
Good evening, Doctor. Still trying to save lives?
I'd like
One
to see
per
your
day.
goods.
Wise choice, Dr. Reed. A reliable gun is what everybody needs these days.
Now we have another handle part. Pippets is killable. Tons of XP. I need to get to the docks though. There's there's Mary, which we will get to. We need to see if we can bypass these people and get to the docks and get that guy his fatigue medication. Drunken asshole. I don't see no point in keeping him on. Oh crap. Darn it. Merchants' prices for their goods may vary depending on district's health. So I keep Pembroke healthy and the prices are cheap. If I kill off everybody at Pembroke, then the prices get higher because the epidemic is getting crazier. Makes sense. Everybody's alive to fuel the economy, then it's good. Poplar sewers. I won't be in the damn sewers. I'm good. Let's go. Either way. What do we got over here? Oh, 5? Focus that. I mean, did I come over here and I guess I was scared before level to get past these guys? I think so. I don't think I'm allowed over here right now. Unless I want to. Sweet. Lock. This place is cool. Got some stuff to explore, some items to grab. Cool. We have so many people here. Oh my gosh. How are they all maintaining? How are they all good? Okay, we need to get back to the bar.
Idiot had to say
What are you shooting
first.
at? I should just kill you right now, dude. What the hell? You're just shooting, wasting bullets. Get dirt. Well, nobody's scared anymore.
Epidemic, no one dares go outside.
Poor Jack. He didn't deserve this.
Good evening, sir.
Whatever.
Don't you recognize me? We met a few nights ago.
Don't take it personally. I spent a lot of energy forgetting what I did the night before.
Yes, you had definitely drunk too much then as well. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed.
I'm Dyson Delaney. I'll try to remember you. Time.
What do you do for a living, Mr. Delaney?
I drink. I drink in the morning and at noon. I drink at night. And then I drink some more.
Why do you drink so much?
Maybe it's because I prefer dying slowly. Death can be so abrupt. Personally, I like to see mine coming at my own pace.
You sound very sad, sir.
That's because I am Doc.
Don't you work at all?
I'd love to, but I don't have the time. Didn't I tell you? Drink in the morning and at noon. I drink at night.
Gotcha.
Inebriation aside, do you need medical help?
Yes. I'm sicker than usual these days.
Take this, then. And perhaps you could try to slow down the alcohol intake, too.
Hey, Doc, you don't really want me to stop the only remedy I can afford.
What do you do for a living, Mr. Delaney?
I drink. I drink in the morning and at noon. I drink at night. And then I drink some more.
Is there anything in particular that you like about part of town? Except for the cheap drinks, I mean.
How dare you say such a thing? I love this neighborhood. So friendly. So joyful.
No reason at all to rejoice, then? Life is hopeless and then we die, is that it?
Let me tell you a story.
All right. Go on.
A few years ago, when I believed a resolute man could change things around here for good, a tragedy occurred nearby.
What kind of tragedy?
It was a bomb. Bomb that exploded and killed many people. Metal and blood everywhere. Shouts, fire, broken window of the shoe shop, the torn street light.
You lost people you loved that day.
I've lost everything. But you know what the worst part is? I don't even remember where it happened. I've drunk so much to forget it. And now I can't remember where it was. I can't pay my homage.
I'm sorry, Mr. Delaney.
It's okay. If you ever find the place, just leave a flower for me there. Even if you tell me where it is, I'm not sure I'd memorize it.
Surely you must have had dreams and expectations when you were young, like everybody else.
Sure. I wanted things to change. To really change, and to change for good. The bigger the dream, the harder the fall.
Sounds like you were an idealist, which is honorable.
No, sir. I was an anarchist and I believe that exclusive property is a robbery in nature. I wanted a new world to rise from the ashes, Dr. Reed.
Do you really think the world is that bad?
I believe we all can choose to make it better. But most of us are too weak, too corrupt and too guilty. I failed for sure, but others will come.
I want to know more about your past as an anarchist, Dyson.
I'm still an anarchist, Doctor, make no mistake. I just reject violence as a tool to change the world, unlike my comrades.
Do you still see your comrades, then? Even if you don't agree with their methods anymore, I mean.
Oh, I hope they'll come to share my point of view one day. I'll raise my glass to that splendid idea.
Do you believe in a bloodless revolution, then?
I do not believe in much anymore, Doctor. But I'll admit I like your idea of change. I like it a lot.
550 XP, and he's recovered.
Goodbye, Mr. Delaney.
No one dares go outside.
Evening, miss.
Well, I never. That's a first. Customers who make that much mess rarely come back. Never mind in fancy togs.
I'm much more myself than when we first met. By the way, I'm Jonathan, Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Welcome back to the Turquoise Turtle then, Doctor. I'm Sabrina Cavendish. How can I help you?
What can you tell me about this area?
People don't appreciate that line of questioning round here. You best be more careful with what you say, sir.
You look concerned, Miss Cavendish.
This is a bad borough. Most people I know are afraid. Most locals will rob you blind, or worse, find your step.
So you and your friends all feel in danger? No exceptions?
Tom's the only exception I've come across until... He's not like everybody else.
This place seems, how shall I put it, very colorful. I'm sure it has plenty of stories to tell.
We get people of all sorts here. It's that rare place in the docks where you can have a drink without being murdered. At least it's not happened yet.
So this bar is neutral territory then?
Yeah. Convinced this is something the locals need. No one ever draws a weapon here. That's one of the reasons I accepted the job.
Your boss must be quite the negotiator to force such an agreement.
Yeah. Tom's a great bloke. De Hampton, who runs the night asylum, he's the only other man that's able to keep peace around here.
Excuse my curiosity, but where exactly are you from, Miss Cavendish?
Something bother you? What, my name? Or my complexion?
Believe me, I never judge someone on their place of birth or the color of their skin.
If that's true, you'd be one of the few not to make. Just you, Tom, Dyson, Miss Fishburne, and of course Mr. Hampton.
I'm sorry if I worried you. I was just curious to find out if you know this part of town well.
Nosy. My dad was a sailor from Bombay, and my mum was a maid born up in Glasgow. They got married in London, and here I am.
Goodbye, Cavendish.
Alright guys, well, that about wraps up
Offered a drink to the boy.
part
Be
15.
he cursed or not, he's just an orphan.
We'll wrap it up with, we cured his fatigue, so we were trying to get that for quite a while. We'll be back in part 16 of either I was in the tomb or trying to get people around in the docks. Let's figure out if we need to cure anybody. This is Razor Wrath. Be sure to comment, like, subscribe.
I hope I live long enough to see them wet boot boys get what's
Peace
coming
out.
to them.